but it's a very easy way to build real actual 3D text and bringing it directly inside of After Effects without having to go through a multi-step procedure or going through multi-step procedures inside of Photoshop or duplicating a bunch of layers and doing it that way. So without further ado, we will go ahead and start first inside of Google Sketchup, which is actually a free program to download and install on your PC or Mac. And we will use this to actually build our 3D text itself. So I'm just going to go to Tools and go down to 3D Text. And I'm just going to select the controls that I want. Here I can just punch in my 3D text here. I can click on the extrusion amount that I want. And I can go ahead and type in the text that we want to include. Go ahead and click place, and I get a basically just cursor here, select the placement that I want. It doesn't really matter how I orientate it right now because I'm going to go into Photoshop and actually apply the additional orientations to it. So from SketchUp, I just want to go to File, go down to Export, select 3D Model, and I will save this as 3D text to my desktop. Go to Options, and I will make sure that this is actually unchecked. The Preserve Component Hierarchies is deselected because in the past, when I had it selected, there was issues with Photoshop not being able to parse the file. So I will go ahead and keep that the way it is and click Export. Once it's exported from SketchUp, I will minimize that, jump directly into Photoshop, and go to File, Open, find my 3D text file, which is right there. And once I find it, click OK or Open. Now I have my 3D text inside of Photoshop. And the nice thing about this is I can move my, readjust the orientation of my text file if I want to, place it really wherever I want. And I have the rotational controls that I have inside of Photoshop, which are really nice, and I'd make my adjustments that way, and then kind of spin it around here and move the file itself a little bit, and get it to where you want it inside of 3D space. Once that's set for myself, I'll go ahead and go to File and go to Save, and I will save this as a PSD file. So make sure PSD is selected down here. Click Save. Click OK. And finally, we will leap into After Effects this time and go to File and go to Import Files. And we will select our PSD file since it will not be able to import that 3D file there. Click PSD, click Open. Make sure that Live Photoshop 3D text is selected as a composition. Live Photoshop 3D. Click OK. And now you'll see you have your information here. You can double click on 3D text. That pulls it directly into your timeline. And down at the bottom, you already have it set up as a 3D layer. You have it set up, you have your camera layer here. You also can expand your transform properties on your controller layer. See if we can expand them right here, transform. And then we have our rotations, our Z rotations. As we spin that around, we can see that it is actual 3D text that we can move and apply our keyframes directly into After Effects. So it's a multi-step procedure in terms of applications, but it is a very kind of quick way to get some actual 3D text inside of After Effects.